Hello, my name is Dragos, and in this video I would like to show you how you can install Virtualmin on a DigitalOcean Droplet and have your WordPress sites hosted there. Virtualmin is an cPanel alternative that will install on your VPS some packages like DNS administration, email administration, web server, database, and firewall, NTP, spam packages for email, and so on. In this video, I will show you how you can install it on your DigitalOcean Droplet or in any other VPS that you have. First, you need to get a domain name for your website and for your DNS. I'm using Namecheap to host my sites. I already bought a domain name for this. You just If you need to buy a domain, just go to domains, domain name search, and choose the domain you would like. Go to the registration process, and at the end you'll have a domain. For this test, I will gonna use ipdas.site. I already bought it last month. Next, you'll need to go to DigitalOcean and create a droplet where you have the Virtualmin installed. You just go here in the right, hit create, then you'll go to the CentOS 6, then choose the plan. You have the standard plan and some general purpose ones. For this demo, I want to host a couple of websites that doesn't have a lot of traffic, choosing a standard plan with a $5 a month droplet that will give you 1 GB of RAM and one CPU and 25 GB of SSD space. It will be more than enough. I'll not choose any block storage or backup. Next, you need to choose the data center where you would like to for the website to be hosted on. If your site will address the US public, then you will need to choose a US data center. If your website will be for Europe, you can go with Amsterdam or London, Frankfurt. If you address the other part of the world like Asia, Bangalore or Singapore and so on. This is important as the data center it will be closer to your audience, and in this way it will be faster. Now you just give it a name. You put here the name, like for me it will be ns1 dot windows dot site. So the name of the domain that I'm gonna use, plus I'll put ns1 like because this will be name server, and you hit create. This will take a couple of minutes, and at the end you will have a VPS created for you. I already have one, so I don't need to do this. Next, you're gonna need to log in into the VPS. On your email, you will have the IP username that will be root and the password for this. and you'll need a program called Putty. Let's download it, where you put the IP and login details. I already have it, so I will just start it. Okay. Next, we need to log into the VPS. We put here the IP and we hit open. Then we'll have a login prompt where we type the root with the password. Let me check the password because it doesn't work. Okay, now I am logged in to the server, and the next thing that we're gonna do is to add some swap on this machine because it doesn't have swap. This will help us with the memory. When a processor will need more memory, it will go into swap. To do this, we'll follow these steps. Create a file. Let's create a file. Next, modify the permissions. Let's make it as a swap. Let's activate the swap file. Now we'll edit the FS tab. So after we reboot the virtual machine, the swap will still be there. To do this, we just go here and add the line. Right now we have the swap. If we check it top, you will see that you will have 1 GB of swap file. Next thing, we'll need to update the system to less packages. To do that, we're gonna use yum update. This will take some time until all the packages will be updated. We'll hit yes every time when they're asking us. I'll pause this until it's finished. Now the update has finished. Next we need to run yum upgrade. Doesn't have anything to upgrade. Next we need to reboot the virtual machine. We'll wait 1 minute, and after we'll need to go back to it. Input in. Let's see if it's up. It's not up yet. Let's wait for another 10 seconds or so. This should be quite fast. Okay, we can log in now. Now we have the swap added, we have the system upgraded to the last version. Next we need to install Virtualmin on this machine. I will install Virtualmin with NGINX because NGINX it's more fast than Apache. To do that, we'll follow up this. We'll first need to install the wget packet to be able to get the installer. We'll do that. Hit yes. Next we get the package from the Virtualmin website. We're gonna do wget and the link. We get the install.ch. Next we'll install Virtualmin with this command. This command will run the install script that we just download, and we'll use the option LEMP for installing NGINX with it and the needed packages for that. It will be something like this. Already gone through on install. Let's hit the command. So here we're gonna use yes to continue, and afterward the packages we're gonna install. This will take around 10-15 minutes to have everything up and running. I'll pause the video and start it after we finished everything. Okay, after 5 minutes the installation process it is finished, and now you have all the module needed to run your sites on Virtualmin. At the end you will have a link where you can access the administration console. This is the link with the name of the site, but this is not gonna work because we didn't do any change in the hosting to point this site to this server. So we're gonna use this which is the public IP for the server with the 10,000 port. So let's connect, because also there we'll need to do some configurations to have everything set up. So I'm going to a new tab like this and connect to it. Here you have an warning because you don't have any SSL certificate. Other exceptions. So Here you have the login prompt. You need to put the root user and the password for the root user and sign in. Right now we're in the administration console for Virtualmin, and we need to do the post installation wizard. To do that, we just go here, and first we hit next. It will ask us to choose from some configurations. Here, that given the fact that we're just on 1 GB of RAM droplet with one CPU, we'll choose the smallest configurations to not cause any load issues on the server. Here for preload virtualmin library we hit no. For run email domain lookup server, no. This will just help for a faster processing, so we don't really need it. We're gonna use this server mostly for doing website hosting, not a lot of email processing. So here it's claim AV scanner for email. It will, if you choose yes, you will see that you're gonna need a lot of RAM, like 600 megabytes. We're gonna choose no. If you are doing a lot of emailing on this server, I suggest you to use a bigger droplet with at least 2 GB of RAM. Spam assist for filtering email spam. This is also no. So here we choose the database that we're gonna use. I will go with my MariaDB. This is a MySQL database. We'll hit next. Here you have the MySQL root password that will gonna be set. I will just copy this one and let this one. If you need to use another one, just put here another root password. Just a second to save it. So save it. Remove test. Remove anonymous. Yes, let's do that. You need the root password for the account. So we'll go back. Put the root password. So I've set the password for the root account, and let me continue. So I use the medium size. Here, if you get a bigger droplet, then you can choose the larger size one, or huge size if you have a big database for your website. I'll choose medium and hit next. Here are the name servers that we're gonna use. We need to add 2 name servers. We'll also skip check for resolvability because we're not gonna resolve yet. We need to do some changes on the domain provider. So we'll put our second name server here. It will be NS2, so NS1. That the name of your site, ns2 the name of the site. Check the box with skip check for resolvability. Hit next. Next it will ask us how we'd like to store the password. I will store plain as a plain text password. Here you have an warning. When hash password is used, password recovery for will no longer be possible. Password for a new server will be different from administration password and will randomly generated. So to not have any problems with this, we'll store the password in plain text. In any case, if someone will have access to this server, it will have access to everything. So plain text passwords are okay. Here they're asking us what file system to choose. XVS. So we're gonna use yes because it's faster. So the post install is now complete. We hit next. So right now we have configured the Virtualmin on this server. Next we need to reboot the machine. Just go to the terminal and hit reboot. Until this is rebooted, we're gonna go to the hosting provider and configure everything here. On the site used, we'll go to manage and we'll need to create the DNS records. Into advanced DNS. We'll need to add the name savers here. We'll need the IP address, like this NS1, and the IP address of the server, this one. So we add NS1, hit done. Then after we add also NS2 with the same IP and hit done, I already have them. After, when you do search, it will be shown here like this. For the configurations to be active, it will take up to 24 hours. Afterwards, the NS1 and NS2, it will be available to the internet. For instance, if we want to log into the server with NS1, on that site, 10,000 port, also with HTTPS. It looks like the name is not resolved yet, so we'll still need to wait. Now let's see if the server has rebooted and log in to it. Now if we do a top to see the processes, you'll see that the load is not that high. There are 100 tasks that are run. We have some free memory used. SOAP is not used. MySQL and other processes are running. If you go to check for the -v, you will see that the default version is for PHP 5.4. We're gonna change that. We hit like this, doesn't find it. If we hit NGINX, this will be the version. So right now we have the droplets installed with Virtualmin. The next will be to install the other version of PHP and put our domain name on the server. This will be in the next video. For now, we have the system prepared. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video where we will configure the PHP version on our first website.